Hi everyone, my name is Ara, and this is Rosara, who's 4 years old right now. And we started a YouTube channel encouraging and motivating other parents to start investing, start buying index funds and common stocks for your kids, like Rosara, and for yourself, just to grow your own wealth. So, in the last 2 months, I would guess that I influenced about 10 people that I know of to open up either a Robinhood account or a Fidelity account. Most of them have been Robinhood. It's an app that you can use on your phone, and it's very easy to use. So I'm glad that you guys are beginning to start to invest.
No.
And I want you to remember that it doesn't matter what brokerage you choose. It doesn't matter if you use Robinhood or Fidelity or whatever else that you want to use. I happen to use Robinhood and Fidelity just because I like them. But choosing a brokerage is kind of like choosing a bookshelf. No matter how it looks, the whole purpose is to buy some books to put on the bookshelf. Whole purpose is to buy some index funds, index ETFs, and some stocks to put in your brokerage. So for her, I have a college fund, a 529 college fund. It's called a custodial account. It's just a fancy name for a brokerage account. And so when she was 0 years old, she had $0, and I have put in about $5,000 a year. Breaks down to about $400 a month. So I've put in $400 a month for her, and right now she has over $29,000 invested. So I've put in right around $25,000 over the years. So she's up $4,500, give or take. So that's a pretty good return. Had I put the whole $25,000 in all at once, she would be up a lot more, but not many people put in big chunks of money like that. You can do small investments and watch them grow. So if you have $100 a week, your account will approximate Rosara's account.
Yeah.
You can do that for yourself. You can do that for your kids. So she has a 529. It's called a custodial account or something like that. If you want to call Fidelity, ask for details about it. 1-800-FIDELITY, and they can tell you all the tax savings of that particular account. So here's some stuff to know. A lot of people complain about millionaires and billionaires and them using all these tax loopholes. Well, now I'll tell you about the main one that they use to avoid paying taxes. Look, a squirrel. A squirrel. Right in front. I'll tell you about the main one that they use to avoid paying taxes is, let's say you buy a share of Dunkin' Donuts at $80, and 10 or 20 or 30 years from now, at Dunkin' Donuts is a $300 stock. Well, you don't have to pay taxes on that $220 in profit because you never actually profited any money. So if you buy something at 80 and it's 300 now, but you don't sell, you don't actually have that profit. So you only have to pay tax when you sell. So in her account, for example, I have almost never sold anything. So even if she didn't have it in a tax account, she wouldn't have to pay taxes right now on all the money that she's made. So if you don't want to pay taxes on something, don't sell. And it's usually a bad idea to sell anyway, because if you buy good companies like Dunkin' Donuts, they go up, 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 up over the years. So you don't want to sell it when it goes up to $100, because it might go up to $120, might go up to $140, might go up to $200, might go up to $250. So in general, you don't want to sell. Another thing I want to tell all you guys is no one knows the future. I don't know the future. Zara doesn't know the future. No one's a better or worse investor. Everyone looks at me like I'm this great investor, and I'm not a great investor. I'm just a guy that actually does it, and I'm passionate about it. And I like to talk about it because I see the benefits of investing. When you buy a share of Dunkin' Donuts, they earn money, and then they pay you some of that money because you're an owner. So they have to, by law, they have to put money into your account every time they earn money. They pay you in the form of dividends. Some companies like Google don't pay dividends yet, but they will eventually. And a company like Dunkin' Donuts, they do pay dividends right now. So they have to put money into your account. You don't have to do anything to get that money. And the great thing is, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, Dunkin' Donuts will still be selling coffee regardless of what the stock market does. So they will still continue to put money into your account. So that's a wonderful benefit of investing. You get free money.
I'm hot.
You're hot now? Okay. Better?
Cold.
And here, I'll open a window. And something else that I want to tell you is that, like I said, no one knows the future. So next month, if the whole stock market drops, probably the index fund that you're invested in will drop. If the stock market drops 5%, it's a good guess to say that your index fund will drop 5%. If you have individual stocks like Dunkin' Donuts, Home Depot, Apple, Microsoft, who knows how much they're going to drop? They might drop 5%, they might drop 1%, they might drop 20%, who knows? But over the long term, if you stay invested, usually you eventually make a lot of money. And it doesn't matter how much the market drops next month, because if you stretch out that stock chart and you look at it over 10 years, if you look at it over 15 years, you'll be amazed how much money that you make. And you'll be thinking like, why was I ever worried back in 2019 when the stock market dropped 10%? Because now, if you look at your account, it's up, 200%, 300%, and 10% just doesn't matter. As an example, I bought a friend of mine Disney with her own money, and she got it at $40 a share. Zara bought Disney at like around $100 a share. And now Disney, on top of paying all those dividends over the last 5 or 10 years, Disney is up to 147.
But actually...
And they have Disney Plus?
Yeah.
You like Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Put your face on you.
So if you would have bought shares at $40 and then got stressed out when the market dropped and then Disney dipped down to $30, but then you realize years later in the long run it doesn't matter because Disney's not staying at $30. Disney's up to $147 now. So from 40 to 80, that's a 100% return. From 40 to 120, that's a 200% return. So from 40 to 147, that's about a 270% return on top of dividends. So you don't have to get stressed about your stock going down 10%, because eventually you might have returns like Disney where you get 270% plus you get all those dividends over the years. So the return's closer to 300 or 350% over a number of years. And there's lots of stocks like that. There's Amazon, there's Apple, there's Microsoft. It's not just one stock that I'm picking. There's lots of stocks that go up a lot over the years. I have a lot invested in Square right now. I have a lot invested in Target. Target, I like that it pays dividends. Square doesn't pay dividends yet. But they will in the future when they make a lot of money. So just stay invested and generally buy index funds. That way you don't have to pick the individual stocks. You can have that fund manager pick a whole bunch of different stocks for you. And stay invested. Don't worry about when the market drops. And you will eventually make a lot of money, whether it takes 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. She is planning on becoming a millionaire by the time she becomes 30 years old.
No.
That's what we're shooting for. And I'm going to try to become a millionaire by the time I hit 48 years old. So, if we can do it, and we're basically not doing anything besides leaving our money invested for the most part, then you can do it. I'm not doing anything smart or fancy or anything like that. I actually would have done better if I just stayed invested in index funds over the years and not even pick my own stocks. Just let the manager, index fund is very, very similar to a mutual fund. They both own hundreds of different companies. Like one index fund that we use is VOO, and I'm telling everyone about it. Another index fund is VO, run by the same company, but they pick middle-sized companies. And if we had just stayed invested in index fund over the years, we would have had a lot more money than we have now. So don't be afraid if you don't know how to pick stocks. Just buy VOO or VO and stay invested in index funds, and eventually you will have a lot of money. Because over time, companies raise prices. A company like Dunkin' Donuts might raise coffee 10 cents 5 years from now. They might build some new stores, so they're going to have more stores. Everything's going to cost more. They're going to make more money. So everything just works out over the long term. So stay invested and watch your money grow. And get your kids invested young, like her, and you'll make some money. Okay? Talk to you later. Say bye. Say thanks for investing.
Thanks for investing.
You have Disney, right?
Yeah, I do.
And you have Nike?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And Disney.
And Johnson & Johnson, the shampoo. All right, bye.